Hello, and thank you for applying for the role of fashion designer. And this one is at Black Milk. Today, I've got an interview with James Lillis, who is the founder of Black Milk, as well as Linda Lillis, who's the CEO. They're both going to share with you what life is like at Black Milk and the ambitions that they have. Following the interview, I'll come back and share a little bit more around the role and why we're excited about this opportunity. Enjoy. James and Linda, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, as the masterminds behind Black Milk, we have candidates here who are looking at potentially joining your team. Can you give us a little bit of an insight into what Black Milk is and what your vision is behind Black Milk?
Well, Black Milk is at the most basic level, we are a women's clothing company, but we like to think that we are so much more than that, that it's about a lifestyle, a way of being, and it's about being yourself and not kind of fitting in with everyone else. So we like to think of ourselves as the kind of go-to brand for the alternative girl who is looking to express herself in quite a unique way. So that's where we feel like Black Milk is very, I guess, unique among fashion brands. But we also love the craft of creating women's clothing, and we do that all day, every day, and create stories and a vision of these stories that we tell, and then we put it up on the internet so that all our fans can come on into our website and eat them all up.
And you say fans, but they are fans of the next level, right? They're not just normal fans of a brand.
Yeah, we have a very strong, loyal following. And even right from the very early days, it was talking, it was chatting on the internet. It was, oh my gosh, you should make this. And I'm the founder, and I would spend a whole bunch of time talking to the girls who are buying this stuff and listening to their suggestions. And we really managed to create a very passionate core. And I'm very happy to say that passionate core has continued to this day. And I know people don't quite understand what that means, but I mean, we have several customers with over 1,000 pieces of our clothing. There's not many brands that have customers with over 1,000 pieces. And what we do is we even reward our customers every 100 pieces they buy. They get special gifts, and we even make special custom pieces for them at various milestones. So we do have a very hardcore, committed base of people who love the brand. And I think for us that we have a real strong sense of obligation to make sure we do our best for those girls, and make sure they're proud of us as a brand.
Yeah, brilliant. And Linda, as CEO, with this level of customer fandom and feedback, what kind of, how do you kind of take that on a day-to-day level and change the way that you operate or make decisions?
Look, it's we see it as a real positive in that they are not shy to give us their opinion. And so we actually do on a weekly basis analyze what they're saying to us and how they think we can improve. Sometimes it's just simple things like product suggestions. Other times it's, oh, actually, this didn't really work for me and these are the reasons. So it's like gold to a business. So we don't lay awake at night thinking, oh, what have we done wrong? What could we do better? I mean, if anything, we've got too many suggestions for that. And so we definitely try to be responsive to the customer as much as we can. But obviously, at the end of the day, you have to draw a line. We are a business and there are some things that we can't do, but we see it as like gold.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I mean, although we are unique, you still have to do the basics really well. We want to make clothes that are genuinely creative. We want to make cuts that fit right and feel right. And when you order them, they get to your door really quickly. Those things are never going to change. And even though we are we like to be hopefully the go-to store for the alternative girl, the girl who loves alternative fashion, we still have to get the basics right and make sure her needs are getting met. Great fabrics, great fit, great creativity, and a really positive customer service experience.
Absolutely. You guys have always stood out from the early days, you know, one of the early e-commerce pioneers here in Australia of doing great things, and it's really brilliant to see that come through in where you are today. Take us into the Black Milk office on a day-to-day basis. So based out of Brisbane, how would you describe the energy and the activity in the Black Milk team?
Want me to take that one?
Go for it.
We're a bit unique as an office, and that's mainly because of, I suppose, all the things that we do. We are fairly vertically integrated. And so we don't make our own fabrics, but aside from that, we actually, from a manufacturing point of view, we cut, we print, we sew, we warehouse. And then obviously on the other end, we're also designing, we're, marketing, like everything is all under the same roof. And so I suppose the day in Black Milk is very varied. And even with people with very structured roles, their days can still be extremely varied. We like to be very agile. Mentioned before customer feedback. We like to be agile with the customer feedback and with trends going on, what's happening. And so realistically, I find that no 2 days are the same. Different things come up, different opportunities come up, different pressure points come up. But I would like to think that the environment here is quite fun. So we actually hire people, we really look to whether they actually fit into our culture and the value of our business. And so we hire people that will fit in. And so for us, the current values we have is legs. So they've got to love what they do. They've got to be efficient with what they do. They've got to have genuine friendships, and they got to love being super cool and developing super cool or doing super cool things. So as a result of that, we have a great culture here at Black Milk.
That's great. And are there any specific attributes or types of people that you go, usually if they have this trait or this quality, they're a Black Milk type of person?
I think for me, they've got to have passion to begin with. So they've just got to be passionate with whatever they're doing. So we have sewers here that probably, a lot of our sewers do wear our clothing, but there are a chunk of them that probably never will. But that's okay. They're very passionate about their sewing and the product they're producing and the quality they're producing. And so no matter what they do, they've got to be passionate with what they do. The other thing is that James and I are not micromanagers. We really like to collaborate with our staff and work, even collaboration between the different teams, probably more than some other businesses. And so, for instance, you'll have a situation where someone has an opinion on something, but it's not their role and it's not their division, but that's okay. They can still have their say and we can still take that into account. And so for the types of people that work here are probably the people that are very good at what they do, their expertise in their area, they're really good at it, but at the same time, they're self-starters and they can get moving on their own. And so that we're not so much micromanaging them, but we're just giving them the freedom to actually do what they do best.
Great.
Yeah, I would add that for me, I like the word obsessive. And it's been something that's been part of Black Milk culture right from the beginning, is kind of obsessing over things, which can be unhealthy. And there is a line, but I really like it when people are obsessive. It's like when they do that thing that they do, they really, really care about it and it really matters to them. For me, it's design, it's creativity, it's seeing what's out there, and I genuinely know my stuff. I'm not obsessive about print cutting, but I expect every person in that print cutting room to really care about print cutting. I expect everybody who's packing to really care about packing and obsess over making sure it's fast and quick and looks amazing. And to me, people who are obsessive about what they do fit in very well at Black Milk.
I love that word, obsessive. That's brilliant. Now, James, the story of how you created Black Milk is out there everywhere, and I really recommend candidates who are looking to come on board Black Milk to go and look at some of the interviews and stories you've told, because it is a great story from your kitchen table to where Black Milk is today. What's really exciting you about the future of Black Milk? What have you got your eye on for the future?
World domination.
I
And I'm not even kidding. I think coming from the kitchen table to where we are now is exciting, But for me, this is in a sense our new kitchen table, and it's like, what's next? We have big dreams. We're very ambitious. We really believe that this company has the ability to I've used that word alternative fashion a couple of times as we've been chatting. To me, alternative fashion is a subgenre, I guess, of women's fashion. I'm like, well, why can't we be the best at it? Why can't we be the number one kind of player in that space? So if you are that alternative girl, you're a little bit left to center. You don't want to look like everybody else, but you have a sense of what's cool, but you're very much an individual. Over here, you're our girl. We want to keep you happy. So I honestly feel like I want to dominate alternative, what we call alternative pop fashion, all over the world. I want to be able to walk down the streets of Barcelona, of Dubai, of Los Angeles, of Sao Paulo, and see girls who are in love with us and work our clothes into their outfits to express themselves. So world domination is next. I mean, to be to be a big international company, but also to keep hold of those values that got us from the kitchen table to here.
Brilliant. And so if we have candidates who listen to this and they go, this just sounds like my dream job, I'm away, how would you suggest that they get your attention? Question without notice. Look what happens.
Well, I'm not sure I'd be the person for this. So I'm not sure if that's really relevant for me personally.
I think obsessiveness might be a good little, if you can demonstrate a little bit of obsessiveness in your life or your work, then there might be something there.
Demonstrate that you're really, really good at what you do, and like that you're the kind of person who takes this thing and is like an animal. It's like, for me, when I hear people say things like, I was in the shower last night and I was thinking ... Good. That's exciting to me. That means that it's more than just clocking in and clocking out, that there's a genuine, I want to be the best at what I do. So when people genuinely want to be the best at what they do, I almost consider myself like a sports team manager. It's like, if you're a really, really good footy player, I want you on my team. And what am I going to do? I'm not going to teach you how to play. I'm going to give you a space, give you an environment, give you support, give you a network, give you a team, give you a captain and everything you need. And then I'm just going to stand back and watch you do great things. That's my attitude.
So there you go. Pretty cool, right? From a fashion table in Brisbane to a worldwide phenomenon with a crazy following. That is Black Milk. Couple of reasons why we think this is an awesome opportunity. The first is, as you heard about it, is the community, is that they really drive this. And as a designer, you get to really feed into this community where they anticipate every next move. The second part of that is the creativity that comes along with that. They've had some of the best licensing deals going on. And as you can see from the designs, if you jump on the website, jump on Instagram, you have a lot of creative freedom here, and they really encourage you to push the boundaries. And the third thing, as you heard from James, they have big ambitions for Black Milk, and it is a great time to get on board and see this brand roll out. As James said, let's see them in the streets of Milan. Let's see them everywhere, and you can be a big part of that. If this sounds great to you, make sure you reach out, contact Emily, and work out how you can get on that shortlist for the fashion designer at Black Milk.